Welcome.
Welcome back to the, I'm gonna do it like a professional. Welcome back to the RNA show with your hosts, Rebekah and...
Andy Martinez Jr.
Is that good?
No.
Oh, man.
No, that was corny.
What?
That's...
I'm gonna work on that. Okay, so we decided today we were gonna talk about...
But wait. Oh, by the way, that's a Christmas something.
Behind us?
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays,
Merry
everybody.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
And this is the season.
To be jolly.
Yes. So I want to just say thank you to everybody that's been watching our videos. Thank you for all the subscribers. Thanks for the questions. This has been very therapeutic.
It has been.
For us.
Yes.
It's been It has. It's been
It's
therapeutic.
been very good, I have to say. I'm very happy
I
about
think
this.
we're probably getting a lot more out of this than you guys.
This is actually for our future kids.
Yes.
This is all it is.
Yeah.
Just putting it out there.
When they're in therapy and saying, look, my parents are fucked up, they'll have the video content to prove to them.
No.
What?
Which is funny that you said therapy because we're going to talk about
Did you see the
therapy.
way I led, what do they call that, a lead-in? I know television talk. That was a lead-in.
Yeah, you're pretty good at it.
We're talking about
Actually, you're very
therapy.
good at it.
By the way,
We're gonna talk
before
about
we talk
therapy.
about therapy, subscribe. Hit the thumbs up button because that lets the internet know that our content is valuable.
So, Andy and I just got back from therapy. We have been going to therapy for how long?
Almost a year, I think.
About a year. Actually,
Maybe more.
just over a year.
What?
And it has been amazing for us as couples and I think as individuals, just for ourselves, because a lot of the time couples go to therapy because they have a communication problem, usually.
Mm-hmm.
It could be so many different reasons or things that people
Or an
go in
understanding
for,
problem.
but I do think that ultimately it's a communication thing.
I am a rather complex individual. There's a lot of layers to Andy, and it took and continues to take Rebekah just a lot of time, effort, listening in order to really understand me.
Patience.
Patience.
He needs space.
Space.
He needs...
I'm a complicated man.
It's very complicated, but it's been a wonderful journey. So we wanted to share that with you guys. We think that there's a lot of value in going to therapy. We've gotten a lot out of it, and even if you're in a healthy relationship, it's great to just kind of check in and make sure you're good on all levels because, hey, we're only human. You know what I mean?
Speak for yourself.
Or you have people that are like him. More human.
I am a genetic phenomenon.
But you know, it's interesting because whenever people hear, oh, you're in therapy, it's like there has to be something wrong.
What's the problem?
Why are you in therapy? I think...
What's going on?
I think everyone should be in therapy. Therapists go to therapy. I mean, if you really think about it, personal trainers go to trainers. You know, real estate agents go to other agents. You know,
mentors.
We're always looking for mentorship to either create a healthier foundation or a relationship, better, get better at what you do. So why should therapy be scary, right?
I mean, from a guy's point of view, it's a great way for me to, when I'm trying to make my point or I feel like maybe I'm right about something, it's a good way for me to kind of put it on the back burner and bring it up in therapy because I feel like the therapist acts like a good mediator, a go-between, and she
is.
And also, when I am trying to make my point, especially when my point is right, Rebekah tends to become a little bit more hard-headed and stubborn because she doesn't like it when I'm right.
I don't not like it when you're right. Who are you talking to?
So therapy, if I put it on the back burner, it gives me some time not to push the subject. It also gives her time to process whatever it is that I was, right about. And then by the time we arrive to therapy and start having our conversation, the therapist interprets what I was saying, validates me, and then gives Rebekah her perspective, or maybe a spin in a way that Rebekah might understand it a little bit better, because I am complex.
I love how you're talking about.
And the truth is that really works both ways.
It works both ways.
She sometimes, I'm not hearing her or listening. I am moody.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm moody.
Yeah, but like also.
And I don't hear when I'm
but
moody.
here's the thing: like at the beginning of therapy, I think it was hard it's easy for me to open up.
It's a lot of this.
I'm like an open-end book, like I'll just talk. I don't have any problem sharing my feelings. Andy's a man. Also, he is who he is. And I think
I
at
like
the
the way
beginning.
you said that, though. Andy's a man. Oh!
Well,
We were wondering.
Well, you're not a girl, so we're just different on how we react and how we process things. It also goes back to childhood. Like this goes back a long, long way. And so it's been really nice because our therapist has given us tools to work on, and it's really up to us to implement those tools into our relationship, which were really difficult at first. And it's been a year, and I have to say it's so much easier, but it's still work, but it works better now. You know what I mean? Tools. You need the tools. And you also want to have a therapist that can give you tools. I've been to a few therapists where I'm like, I'm just talking. I don't need to just talk. I need someone to help me figure out what I need to do in a certain situation or conversation. Okay, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I understand. I just want to say.
I can talk.
I know shit.
But when you talk too, baby. You talked all day today.
I talk with purpose.
Yeah.
Well, I was having.
It's great because you've gotten to a place where you're comfortable. You also, when you go into therapy, it's like you have to dig deep. You have to be okay with digging deep and going to a place that's a little scary so that you can figure out why certain things are happening, why there's a repetitive thing.
It's all my parents' fault.
Yeah. Basically, no.
Basically, Mom and Dad.
It does.
It's your fault.
There's a lot of things that stem from childhood, but at the end, you're an adult. I'm an adult, and we have to
forgive.
We have to forgive them.
And let go.
We have to forgive ourselves. We have to want to work through those things on our own. So I think it's really important if you're in a relationship to go to therapy.
I like my new haircut.
Oh my God.
I do.
Would you just?
Yeah.
I think it's really important, and I think it brings you closer together if you're soulmates. If you're soulmates, it will work because if you love someone and the other person loves you as much as you love them, you're willing to put down the what do you call it?
Barriers.
Like a wall.
The walls.
Break down the wall so that you guys can really grow in a really special, intimate way where you guys can be together forever and work through things versus fighting.
I like that word.
Work through things.
Intimate.
And there's a lot of God, you're such a kid. What's wrong with you? To work through those things that maybe you're having issues with. It's been extremely helpful.
Communication for me is key.
Me too. That should be your priority, is communicating, because everything else doesn't matter if you're not communicating, right?
It does.
It's true.
It leads to more loving.
It leads to a lot of nicer things. Sweeping the floor, washing the dishes.
I do that.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
We've been communicating.
We know how
we've been
taken 5 years.
Communicating so well lately. I'm like in the kitchen. I'm like cleaning the counters. I'm rinsing the dishes. I'm putting it in the dishwasher. I'm running the dishwasher.
Stuff. Let's get down deeper.
That shit ain't basic for me.
But you're 42.
Making the bed. I'm vacuuming.
God. 42 years old.
I'm 42.
Your son does all that stuff.
That's great, but
But basically, we're just talking about communication. We already did a thing on communication.
We did.
But this is about therapy.
Therapy. I like therapy.
Mm-hmm.
It gives us a place to go, and it's so sort of amazing how you talk about things that you really haven't thought about in a long time. And then our therapist, she was talking about tools. Mm-hmm. I think every therapist is different, and this therapist that we use, she's got a good sense of humor, and we can be very
comfortable.
Yeah.
Honest. That's what you have to be in therapy.
And
Honest.
I think she also gets us, and we're also amazing. But you're lucky to be our therapist. But we always kind of feel like we walk away. There's been times where like we walk out of there
hard.
and like I don't even want to look at her.
Yeah, that was at the beginning. It was hard.
And there's still
It's
been a few
almost like
moments,
but it's just like you're having to face your own demons sometimes, and
but to walk out of there and still, or not still, but really want to hug it out afterwards, you know, hold hands, you feel closer to each other.
You love it.
Closer
Love
to
it.
each other is really the benefit. I think going to therapy is kind of like, you know, just you going, we love to exercise. It's just like, it's like yoga day.
Yeah.
You know, you
it's
go,
like meditation day.
talk, let some things out, stretch the body,
And hug it out.
and then hug it out. Go eat a salad
Or a smoothie.
or a smoothie, vegan.
No.
But it's important, and it's really become an important part of our week. It's probably one of the most consistent things on our schedule that
Yeah.
we try to make it. It's disappointing when we don't make it or we have to reschedule,
Yeah, we
or
really
when our
do.
therapist needs to go on vacation.
But it's also been a testament on how therapy has helped us so much, because when we first started going to therapy, we were at a really rocky place, and since then it's been a year, and we don't have to go as often. We don't have these arguments or these fights like they used to. Definitely have toned down if they are at all, and all of this is because
I haven't toned down.
Yes, you have.
Well, those things have toned down.
Yeah, but it's because we've been consistent, and we've also not just gone to therapy to see like what someone else can do for us. We go to therapy so we can see what we can do for ourselves and each other.
By the way, she mentioned Rocky. All of them are on Netflix right now.
Who mentioned that?
You did. You said we're in a rocky place.
Oh.
First thing that came into my mind was dun, 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 dun,
That's
dun, 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 dun. So therapy,
You and your
as you
hands
can
today.
tell, it's very much needed in this household.
Yeah.
And I hate that I even saying this, but for the guys, it lets your
right
partner,
here.
your woman, I guess, like, gives her some assurance that you care about your relationship, that you're taking time out to do things to nurture your relationship, that you care about
'Cause you
what
should
she has to
want
say.
to. You should
Yeah,
want to.
I know, but sometimes it's hard to go. You know, guys don't like to go out and, you know, and we
I
don't
know at first it was
talk about
hard
our stuff.
I know it was
but
hard for you at the beginning.
I'm gonna say other icky.
Because
But
it's
if you love her enough, love her enough, you go to therapy
you just
to
do the work.
put, you know, the maintenance into your. That's what I called it today, maintenance.
Yeah, it's maintenance now because it just recenters us. And here's the thing too, after therapy throughout the week, like we talk more. You know, we talk more in depth about where we're at,
She talks
what's
more.
going on. You know, if we have a tiff, you know, we know how to work through those things and let them go or talk about them next week in therapy.
Yeah.
It's been great. I just want to say that we have to sign out, but I just want to say thank you for doing this with me, because you're my life partner and I want to do everything with you, and I just want to make sure I do it right, and I want to make sure we do it right together so that we can be together forever. And ever and ever.
Like Rebekah,
Ever.
you know, just yes.
I love you.
Of course you do.
Stop.
Thank you
You're so
so
sensitive inside. That's
much
why you're acting
for
like
watching
that.
our videos. Let us know your thoughts on therapy.
Do you go to therapy?
Do you go to
Are you
therapy?
looking for a good therapist?
If you're in
the Los
LA, we can
Angeles
make some
area, I can help you out.
recommendations. If you've been thinking about it, go out and do it. Get it. It's a great holiday gift for each other. Go talk to somebody.
It's good for you and it's good for your spouse. So
Keep hitting that subscribe button. Keep letting those thumbs up. Let the internet know that you like us. Tune in next week. And have a happy holiday. Bye.